friends. So in the previous video we did the King's property, and here we are going to do another very important property on the definite integration. So this property is none less than a Queen's property, you can say that. So this property says when we have limit of minus a to plus a and a function of x, and we are supposed to integrate it with respect to x, we can actually separate this, we can actually do this very easily by changing the limits. And to change the limit we have actually three formulas. So if we have the fx to be an odd function, if you don't know what an odd function is, you can go back to my functions playlist to watch what is an odd function and what is an even function. There I have defined it very well, and we are going to also discuss it in this video as well. So if we get fx as an odd function, we are just going to write that the integration of fx from minus a to plus a would be 0 straight. So this is first. But what if we get fx as even function? If we get fx as an even function, we can actually just change the limits that we had from minus a to a. We can actually just change it and write from 0 to a, and we get a 2 multiplied over here, and we get an fx dx. So rest of the things remains just the same, so we get a 2 over here and a limit from 0 to a. This is our second. But what if we get a function that is neither even nor odd? If that is the case, then we are going to apply another property that we are going to study in the later of our videos. So I'm just not going to tell you the property that we are going to study here, so let us keep it secret. And we are going to surely reveal this to you in the further videos. So let us first deal with the two of our problems, with the two of our concepts. So let us do a question so that you get to know what we are talking about. So if we have minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 as our limits, and a sine to the power 6x dx over here, by just seeing at the function we know that the power is 6. So if we are going to substitute a minus x over here, we are going to get the same value. So this is an even function, and since this is an even function, we can just directly change the limits from 0 to a, that is pi by 2, and a 2 multiplied over here, and a sine 6x dx. If you remember, in the previous videos I have told you the trick to solve these complex questions in few seconds. So I'm just gonna apply this trick. If you don't know the trick, you can actually just go to the previous videos to watch this trick. So we have a 6 over here, and we just substitute n as 6. So 6 minus 1 upon 6 into the 5 over here. Let me just write it so that we just don't need to write it again and again. So 5 by 6, and then now subtracting 2 from it, we get 3 by 4, and subtracting another 2, we get 1 by 2 into pi by 2. Now just solving this, we have 2 over here, so 2 gets cancelled and the 3 gets cancelled as well. So we have a 5 pi upon 4 2 8 and 16. 5 pi by 16 as our answer. Let's do another question. So the question is minus 1 to plus 1 log of 2 minus x upon upon 2 plus x whole inside the log function. So now let's check what type of a function is this. Is it even or odd? So we have this when we put x as positive. So now just putting x as negative, we get log of 2 of minus x upon 2 plus minus x. Solving this, we get log of 2 plus x upon 2 minus x. Now we need it in this form only, so we are just gonna do a minus 1 multiplied and a minus 1 again multiplied, so that it compensates each other. And we can actually just take minus 1 to the power, so we get a minus 1 into log 2 minus x upon 2 plus x. But the problem is that we got a minus 1 over here, and we didn't have a minus 1 over here, we had a plus 1. So this is an odd function. If we get the two functions exactly similar, then we can say that the functions are even. But if the functions differ by a negative sign, they are odd functions. So I have cleared what the odd and even functions are. So let me just, so this is an odd function, so we can directly write it as 0. No further questions on it. Directly writing 0. Let's do another question. So we have minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2 sine of 5x dx. Now simply looking at the function, we know that this is an odd function, because when we put a minus sign over here, sine 5 is an odd power, so we have an odd power over here, and when we put minus sign, we get minus of sine 5x. Both of them differ by a positive sign, so this is an odd function, and we can just directly write it as 0. But the thing that you need to remember is that that the limit should be from minus a to plus a only. So both the limits should be similar, just a minus sign should be multiplied with the lower limit. So this is what you need to remember to put it as directly equal to 0. Let's do another question. So we have minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 sine of 5x plus cos of 5x dx. Now if we see here, we actually know that this is neither an odd function nor an even function, but no need to just apply this, because we have the thing hidden for this video, because we have not discussed when the function is neither even nor odd. So let's not just make this thing complicated. We are just gonna separate the things and separate the integral sign, and we get things like this: plus minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 cos 5x dx. Solving this, we actually can just simply, since this is an odd function, so we can just directly write it as 0, and this isn't, so we didn't have the complete function defined to us as even or odd. So what we did was, we just divided the functions to get an odd function and an even function. Cos to the power to any of the powers is always an even function. This is the thing that you can remember, and you can actually just directly solve it, because cos of minus x is equals to cos x. So this is very easy of our formulas used to determine whether the function is odd or even. Since this is an even function, so we are required to do some of our work over here. So we can just, since this is an even function, we can change the limit. So 0 to pi by 2, we get a 2 over here, so cos of 5x dx. Now applying the property that we did in the above question, since n is 5, we get 2 into 5 minus 1 upon 5 into, so let me just write it again so that we don't need to write it again and again. So 4 by 5, and we just need to subtract 2 from it, so we get 2 upon 3 into 1. So we get, this is 5, so 4 into 2 8, and 16 by 15 as our final answer. So let's keep it till here. This is a very important property. You must not have understood the importance of this property because these questions are very easy for right now, but we can actually just put it simply equal to 0, which is very important, because no further calculations are required. But you are gonna see the importance of this property in our proceeding videos. So this is for it. Thanks for watching.